Greetings, VCTC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report. I am jumping on this year's Christmas tag. Now, actually, I thought I did this either in 20 or 21. It was first introduced by Steve at Value Vinyl a couple years ago, or last year, and I thought I did it. I looked all through my videos, and I didn't do it, so I'm going to do it now. It was reintroduced this year by David Newton over at... David, I'm sorry, I always forget the name of your channel. David's Horror, and we're gonna go through this and give you the 12. A lot of this is going to be Magic Box because a lot of this I only have on CD and I don't have access to them right now. But I do want to talk to you about all 12 of these Christmas questions about Christmas music. And so here we go. Number 1, what is your favorite Christmas song? If you guys watch my countdown in 2020, you already know it. I love it. Everybody should love it. It's called At Christmas, and it is by Hanson from their album Snowed In. This album, which is now still available as the Christmas Collection, 20th Century Masters Christmas Collection, Hanson. The song is beautiful. I bawled the first time I heard it. I still bawl every now and then when I hear it. It's about what Christmas should be about, spending time with your family, remembering the roots of Christmas, and it's just an absolutely beautiful song. I have a lot of songs I like. That is the one that gets played the most and is most likely to get played at other parts of the year, which I will get to in a little bit. So my favorite Christmas song of all time is At Christmas by Hanson, featuring Ike Hansen on lead vocal. Question number 2. What is your favorite Christmas album? Well, there's a lot of great Christmas albums, but one of my favorites is an album that we got in for the first time when I was working for the Transworld music chain in the mid-90s. It is an Australian import called Christmas Wishes. This album is hard to find. I don't know if it's still in stores now, but we had a heck of a time keeping it in stock. It had 20 or so really great rock and pop Christmas songs, including the only place you could get Mary's Boy Child by Boney M, which is all over the radio at Christmas because of a copyright issue. It has Last Christmas by Wham, which is my friend Beth's favorite Christmas song. It has Christmas songs by Mud, by Mike Oldfield. I don't have the list up here. Queen's Thank God It's Christmas is on there, I believe. There's so much on there, I can't remember it all. But it is a really great collection. So if you see it, snag it. It's worth the money. Christmas, that's terrible. I've forgotten it already. Christmas Wishes. It's an Australian compilation. We received it in 1995. I don't know when it actually came out, but it's definitely worth it. It's got great stuff on it. Okay. What is your favorite Christmas album cover? I really couldn't think of anything that jumped out at me. I think the one that I love probably is Rocky Mountain Christmas from John Denver. I have that on CD again. I don't have the vinyl, so Magic Box will have to do. But I love the cover. I love that album. It's probably my second favorite behind what I'm about to talk about. Really, well, what I just talked about, sorry. And it's one I get played all the time at Christmas time. So my favorite album art is John Denver's Rocky Mountain Christmas. What Christmas song or album brings out your inner Grinch? Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike this song. I'm just sick of it. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Radio has played this sucker to death. It was a great song when it started. There was a variation in the early 2000s where they had Justin Bieber record part of it, which is also really good. They never used that. There are 11 other tracks on that album. Radio won't touch any of them. They always have to play All I Want for Christmas Is You. I am so sick of this song. Please, Stop it. Let's have a moratorium on it. It's number one on the Billboard Hot 100 again. Screw Billboard's Hot 100s the way they do things now, because it screws real artists out of real chart hits because they keep putting recurrence back in there. Anything but this. I mean, it used to be Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, and then they stopped playing that. So this one is it. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Overplayed, overrated, and there are 11 other album tracks to choose from. Pick one. Number 5. What is your oldest Christmas album? This was hard. I've been picking up a lot of older Christmas albums over the last couple of years since getting into the vinyl community. Unfortunately, I couldn't find dates on all of them. Discogs doesn't have dates on all of them. So what I've decided to do is show the oldest Christmas album I've purchased in my lifetime. And it's this one. And I just showed it on another video a couple days ago. Partridge Family Christmas Card. This was out in 1971. I was all of 7 years old. Right? Yeah. 8. Maybe 8 when it came out. And I picked it up. I got my mom to pick it up for me, and I've listened to it ever since. Love the music. Love My Christmas Card to You, which is one of my favorite songs. And I listen to it all the time, every year. I have the CD of it also. I'm a big fan. So this is the oldest in my collection that I've purchased myself. If I were to go back and just pick one off of Discogs, it's actually a 45 set of when they used to do albums as 5 or 6 45s in a box, and it's a Mantovani Christmas collection that I got last year, but I couldn't find a date on it. What is your newest Christmas album? That is simple, and this is still unopened because I broke open the CD. Backstreet Boys, A Very Backstreet Christmas. This has some traditional stuff on it, a couple of original songs on it. It does include their cover of White Christmas, which Last Christmas, which radio played in the early 2000s. And this year they've serviced to radio their cover of Dan Fogelberg's Same Auld Lang Syne, which is just phenomenally good. When I was working for Transworld and their first album came out, the people I was working with poo-pooed me when I said, they're just another freaking boy band. They'll be gone in 2 years. I said, no, they're going to be the Four Tops of the Temptations of their generation. Well, almost 30 years later, here's the new album, Backstreet Boys, A Very Backstreet Christmas. What is the oddest Christmas album? I don't know if I want to admit this or not. Well, Beth admitted South Park, Mr. Hanky's Christmas classic, so that's fine. I bought this in 2020 from an auction from my pals Don and Mary. I have not played it yet. It will get played this year because I'm going to do all the new Christmas stuff I got. I've been slowly making my way through it, but the trouble is Backstreet has been on a lot, and I've bought other stuff that I've been playing a lot. But I will play it, even though it scares the hell out of me, and I got it just for the novelty of it. I don't even know what year it came out. Let me look real quick. It was released in 1984. A Cabbage Patch Christmas. I love weird stuff like this. I don't know whether it's any good or not. Like I said, I haven't listened to it yet, but I will one of these days. Hopefully this year. Maybe. Okay. Question number 8. When is it okay for you to start listening to Christmas music? I enjoy Christmas music at all times of the year. I play it at different times of the year, but that's me personally. When you're talking about public playing of Christmas music, over the last few years, especially in 2020, and the reason was because of the pandemic, a lot of radio stations switched to their all Christmas format on November 1st. That's overload. Believe me, that's overload. For me, Christmas music on the radio, Christmas music on television, Christmas music on radio stations on the internet, should not start until 11:59 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning, after Santa Claus has concluded the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. and then you can play it up through January 2nd or January 3rd. I don't really care when you end it, but it has to end like the first weekend after New Year's. So, but I listen to Christmas music all year round, and I'm always looking for new music, and that's me personally. But I think when it comes to the public, I think it's best that you keep it in that window. And if it's an advertisement for a Christmas album, they can start those in late September because it sometimes takes a while to get to you. So that's okay. See, I remember answering these questions. I don't know what happened to the video. Question number 9. What are you listening to while opening Christmas presents? My wife and I usually turn on a Yule log video on the internet or on YouTube or on one of the cable networks and have that on. Last year we had on, there was one with cats and dogs and a fire burning and pretty Christmas music playing. We used that one. It's just easier than setting everything up in the living room. I know it's kind of, but it's where we are. Number 10, what song do you play while underneath the mistletoe you go? Well, we don't go anywhere where there is mistletoe, but I think the best mistletoe song is a song that came out in 2014, and if you're watching this when I put it up, it should be on Obscuria in the next week. Blame It on the Mistletoe by Kendall Schmidt. This was released in 2014. Kendall is a former, now once again current member of Big Time Rush. This Christmas, I love this Christmas song. It should be on the radio everywhere. I have heard it a few times back when it first came out. It hasn't played recently, which is too bad. But it's a cute little song. And I don't know. Some might think it's stalkerish, but I don't. I think it's really cute. And just, boy and a girl. Boy likes girl. Boy wants to kiss girl. Blame It on the Mistletoe. I think it's a great little song. Number 11. What album do you want the most from Santa? Well, I know I'm not going to get it. Because I know the only person I would get it from would be Kim. And she knows not to spend that much on me. Because I will be cross with her. Mostly, I would like to see the 2021 RSD re-release of Philip Glass's Koyaanisqatsi. I am a huge fan of that movie. I am a huge fan of that score. I'm very disappointed. I was not able. It was the only thing I did not get during 2021's. I think it was 2021. During their record store day 3rd drop. I was unable to grab it. I was very pissed, but I knew it was limited to like 1,100 copies, I think. They were gone, and they were already $150, $200 on Discogs later that day. So I didn't get it, and I'm sorry. I just won't pay that much. I will wait until it comes down, or I can find a copy that's being sold at retail, which was between 40 and 50, at a store which still happens to have one sometime. I won't pay scalper prices for it. Sorry. And number 12, what Christmas album would I give as a gift? The Christmas Wishes compilation that I listed as my favorite Christmas album. Because it's just perfect. I mean, you got George Michael, you got Elton John, you got Mud, you've got Krista Berg, you got Mike Oldfield, Boney M, all kinds of great rock acts and great classic rock songs. And should definitely check it out if you can find it in your CD bin or in a thrift store. It's worth it. Grab it. That is my take on the Christmas Tag 2022. Thank you to David Newton over at David's Horror, and to the original author, which I think was Steve at Value Vinyl. And thank you to Beth for bringing it to my attention at Miss Sadie's Music and Movies. And I hope everybody will get a kick out of it. And I'm sorry, Beth, I'd rather have this than Mr. Hanky. I'm sorry, that whole thing is just gross. In any case, thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a great holiday, no matter which one you celebrate. I'm TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report. Ciao, baby.